Good morning, everybody. I'm excited for Saturday morning. I'm excited to be part of this healthy living revolution and kind of a new way to live and a new way to design yourself. And maybe it's not new. It was new to me when it was introduced, so I'm calling it new, but it was introduced to me actually 30 years ago. For me, it's a lifestyle that's been around for a long time, but for some of you, it actually may be a new way of creating and designing your life. And I want to talk about, we call ourselves the Healthy Living Revolution. And there are four basic doors we feel, and probably more, that you could enter to have a healthy lifestyle. And it includes your physical health, which we're going to talk about today. It's going to be talking a little bit about your personal growth, which is part of a healthy lifestyle factor. And maybe you'll hear some things in here that will inspire you, that create you to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and take on some more personal growth. Financial flexibility is a third piece that I think when our finances are healthy, I think 50% of divorces or higher are caused from financial problems. So having a financial healthy life is important. And then the final piece is to have a healthy community around you that helps you create those other four things that I just talked about. So we're going to be talking about those today. I want to just give you a little bit of my background. I did say I've been living this new, it's funny, lifestyle for 30 years. I was introduced a way to stay at home, help other people get healthy, help other people create some financial flexibility, and to be really involved in the personal growth field. And for me and my husband, it has been nothing short of an amazing life that we've created. And it started first with health. My health journey started with plant powders that Julie is going to be talking about. And my health went from being tired all the time, feeling like I could not be present to my children or my job and do a good job, a little bit of mental clarity I needed. And I had some other issues going on. I had some headaches and I had some periodontal issues. Someone introduced me to plant powders, which honestly, I hate to say it, but I thought it was the stupidest thing I'd ever heard of. I knew we should eat lots of fruits and vegetables. I also knew that I wasn't eating the recommended 9 to 13 servings. So I said, I'll try it. And when it doesn't work, will you all leave me alone? And I am forever grateful that I began to notice differences. My energy level went up. My ability to be with my children expanded hugely, where I could give them much more of me and also to my husband, as well as my work. So with that said, this kind of lifestyle, I like to think of as an entrepreneurial lifestyle that creates, that includes spirit and health and community. And so we're going to hear a little of all of that from each of our speakers today. And I'm excited to first introduce Julie. I met Julie, I always get this wrong, Julie, I feel like it was over 15 years ago, right? Yeah. It's been a long time. Julie is not only beautiful, but she's got a beautiful daughter that she's going to tell you about. And I just admire Julie for her persistence and her desire to make a difference in other people's lives. And so, Julie, would you share a little bit about how what we do fits into your entrepreneurial lifestyle and keeps you healthy?
Sure. Thank you for that intro. So kind. Yeah, so my name is Julie, and I am a physical therapist for severe disabilities. I primarily work in a warm water pool, so I work in 90 degrees out in the sun all day. I am also a single mother of a almost 7-year-old child who I have to get to school and get home every day. And so my day starts 6 a.m. and doesn't stop till 10 p.m. So my job is very physical. My life is physical. I adopted my child at birth, and she is a bouncing, healthy, crazy kid. And so my life demands energy. And I can't imagine my life without all of this. This is it. This is what we're looking at here. Capsules, chewables, protein bars, protein powder, and the tower behind me, which feeds my smoothies with fresh spinach and kale, and feeds my dinners with plant-based, lettuce and tomatoes and just everything amazing. For me as a physical therapist, research is super, super important to me. And so the plant powders made sense, but then looking at the research and realizing that it's backed by research And so it does what it says it does. And then the experience of having been on it for 22 years and knowing that it really works, that I can pull off a 14 to 18-hour day. And I'm tired by the end of the day, but I'm not so wiped out that I can't see straight. Just blows my mind. And so it just sustains me. It keeps me on a level. And I know it's also peace of mind. It gives me the peace of mind to know that I am giving my body at least some of the nutrients that I need, because I guarantee you I am not eating 9 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables every day. That's in the rainbow that is recommended, I should say. So it's just that peace of mind to know that it's sustaining me and giving me the foundation for me that I need to make it through the day. And then the added bonus is my child has been on it since she was 5 months old. I just started separating out the capsules, divvying it up and putting it in her stuff. And she has, I will say honestly, she's never had anything green coming out of her nose, ever. I think she's thrown up one time in her life, and that was because she drank too much milk. And so it's been amazing. And I really feel this is the foundation for me and my family for a solid health. And I wouldn't change a thing.
So can you tell us just a teeny bit, just a few things about the capsules? Like what are the three? I see colors, red, green, purple, and just maybe a little bit about why they're so potent.
Yeah. So one of the things I do want to show you is that on the back of here, can you see that? It's nutrition label versus any vitamin that you'll see in the store is a supplement label. So what the nutrition label means is that it's in whole food form, that they take, let's say for instance, the orange, they take it right off the vine, they take the little stem, the leaf, the peel, everything that's in that orange, and they pulverize it, they puree it, they dehydrate it and put it in a capsule form. So every nutrient that's in that orange is in this capsule.
Wow.
So for instance, 80% of vitamin C is in the peel, and I'm not a big fan of biting into the peel and chewing on that for a while. So there's over 33 fruits and vegetables in a rainbow put together to really work together to give you the most power for a small amount. The other is the Omega blend, and this is labeled as a supplement because of the way that it's broken down, but it is a 3, 5, 6, 7, 9 combo that I haven't seen anywhere else. And it's 100% plant-based, non-GMO, vegan. I believe the capsules are kosher. My hair has been ridiculous since I've been on the Omegas for 3 years. And this is after cutting, 7 inches off. So,
and then tell me a little bit about how do you use, because I see the small packet of Complete and I know it comes in a pouch. Tell me just a little bit about that.
So the Complete is amazing. It comes in bulk format so that you can just leave it at home and make your smoothies, or it comes in travel packets, or single serving packets is technically what they're called. I call them travel packets. So when I'm out on the road all day, I drive from home to home for the kids who are too immunocompromised to go out in public or go to school. And then I have to go to the school district and work with kids. And then I have to go hop in the pool for the afternoon. So when I don't have the ability to stop and get food because I refuse to drive through fast food, I throw it in a bottle of water or a bottle of coconut water and I shake it up and I'm on the go. But it's most amazing when I'm on the road traveling or when I used to fly. You can take these on the plane with you, throw it in a bottle of water and know that you're getting the protein. There's over 13 grams of fiber, soluble and insoluble, meaning it gets into your gut and it just helps sustain you throughout the day and give you what you need.
I know that Jade drinks it all the times and loves it. So it makes me feel like there's a lot of sugar in it. Is there?
There's not a lot of sugar. There is the equivalent, it's a very low glycemic index, the equivalent of broccoli.
Wow.
It's very low. And yes, Jade says the vanilla flavor tastes like birthday cake.
So. All right. So that's just so much fun to hear that. And if any of you saw Jade, she's absolutely stunning. And she has got more energy than everybody.
Yes, she does.
So to know that she's getting this in her body every day must feel really good for you, especially since it started when she was 5 months old.
Yes.
That's amazing. So Julie, thank you so much for sharing. I hope all of you got to see what that's like to have a busy life, to be an entrepreneur and be able to have to be able to take care of your health so that you can do the side things that you like to do. You can create that extra income. You can have a regular job. You can be a single mom and have this sustainable energy throughout the day to get you through to create your best version of a lifestyle that you're looking for. So Julie, thank you for that. Something completely different. Denise, I'm excited to introduce you. I met you at a time when you owned a restaurant and you were busier than heck and juggling your daughter and your husband's lifestyle and your lifestyle combined together in a restaurant. And you took a look at this at the beginning and said, oh, I don't think I have time. What shifted for you? What appealed to you when you saw this? Because you are clearly an entrepreneur. What appealed to you? And by the way, I just want to define one thing. I don't think an entrepreneur means that you have to be selling. So for those of people that are listening to this and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not a salesman, an entrepreneur is something very different than I think than a salesman. So I just want to clarify that for a second. So Denise, will you just share a little bit of your before and after and what it's been like and how it relates to what we do?
I will. You know, it's so funny because every time I listen to the experience that other people have, sometimes we forget where we were at. And I was thinking when you said that your journey started with health, I was like, well, that's exactly where mine did. I mean, my health was failing because I worked all the time. I was exhausted. I, just I didn't have the vivaciousness that I needed to continue balancing all of the things that I was doing. And a restaurant is a lot of work. I mean, on average for me, I worked 15 to 16-hour days, plus had a young child, plus a marriage, all of those things. So I realized when you said that I first stepped into this to heal my body. And I was amazed. For me, this does not happen for everybody, but for me, I had really rapid results with where my health needed to go to and how quickly I got there. And part of that is because I started with our Shred program. And so I recognized that I was in kind of a place of emergency. And my nurse practitioner said, I really think that you should try these plant powders. And I really think that you should do this rejuvenation program to get a really good jump start. So I did. I jumped into the program. It was very simple. I only had to eliminate a few things from my diet, take my capsules, eat 2 shakes a day. And within 3 days, I had pretty major chronic pain in my hands and feet from working or the lack of health that I had going, and that went away and it's never come back. And all of a sudden I started having this energy that I was really missing in my life for a long time. And I did look at the opportunity that was available for me to share with other people that might create some flexibility in my life to be able to make some different choices, to not work 16-hour days and instead bring something else into my life that would give me time with my daughter, time to garden or grow my tower garden, that's my gardening, or travel, all of these things that I wasn't able to do with a very, very busy restaurant. And so as my health improved over the first couple of weeks, I was like, I think I maybe should look at this. And so I did. I started sharing. I shared with my family. I shared with my close friends. What that's done for their lives has been magical, just like it has for mine. And then what ended up eventually happening is I got to take a life that was wonderful. I had this great restaurant that I started for our community and ran for 13 years, but I was done with it. I started that in my 30s, and into my 40s, 13 years in a restaurant's a lot. And I wanted to shift into something that had more of that flexibility in life. So I did the two parallel with each other. I grew my opportunity with Juice Plus, and I was able to step out of the restaurant with an income that then supplemented what my husband was bringing in. And we closed our restaurant, and I've been able to be a full-time mom and homeschool my daughter, and we travel all over the place. I was just looking at my summer schedule, and it is like packed with traveling. In fact, next week we're going to East Coast to pick up a camper van for my parents, and we get to do all this like American history learning in person. So that flexibility and having every single month a consistent check that is deposited into my account that I know is going to be there and that I know can grow more is awesome. So that has been an amazing experience for me.
So Denise, I know that you're getting these products into your friends' hands and into their body. And so do you have to stock a lot of stuff? Can you just very concisely maybe tell us 2 or 3 of the points of the way that you like that this is run so that you can do all those other things? How does this as a business, as an entrepreneurial, really differ from you having a brick and mortar place? What do you not have to do?
Well, brick and mortar, you have licenses and fees and unemployment or employment tax that you have to pay and all of these things that you have to maintain yourself. And I did not want to recreate a new business. I have created several businesses in my life. It's a lot of work. I didn't want to recreate the wheel. And I stepped into this business because everything literally was there for me. And anytime that I tell somebody this, they think that I say per month. And I want to clarify, this is per year. It only costs me $52 to be a partner with a company a year. That's
incredible. And do you stock product?
I don't stock product. The company does everything for me. In fact, they've updated our website so much that I can just put a cart together for my customer and text it to them or email it to them, and they can click on it and put their payment in. It's so easy. All the product is sent from the company to my customer. Money is collected that way. It's so simple. Everything that I need to share the business is available with beautiful videos and brochures and whatever it is that I want to share. It's all there. And then along with that, there's also incredible webinars and events where you can help people learn how to have a healthier lifestyle from all of those doorways that you talked about, from all of them.
Right. And so, this is one. This is our Take Healthy Back call. This is just one event that we do. So Denise, thank you for sharing so much. You did an amazing job of really showing the difference between, having a regular job and what that demands are versus doing this as maybe a way to create some extra income on the side, that you don't have to create a business and know that much. You follow. The one thing I love about this, Denise, is it's got a great system.
Yes.
And I just want to say before we close up, we've got a couple of special people on the phone, on the call, that we might want to hear from. I also want to just add that when an adult gets on Juice Plus, our at minimum, our what I call our red and green, our Family Healthy Starts bundle, it's free for children. So that's something that we want all of you to know that are listening. Your child or your friend's child, if you want to sponsor it, or a grandchild, niece, nephew, you can sponsor them, and the product is absolutely free for them. And the other thing I wanted to say is when you reach the upper levels of our company, you have an amazing corporate benefit package without being in corporate America. So for example, I got a tuition program for my 2 girls going through college. I collected over $8,000 for them towards their college fund. I have an expense allowance of up to $3,000 a month. In addition to what I earn, there's a major medical program designed. So we have some real benefits as you reach our leadership spots. I want to just ask 2 people, maybe Heidi, for a less than 2 minutes. I know that And we don't, I know that you had some great health results. Maybe you can just say actually what the results are. We don't need to go through the whole before and after, but just what health results you saw. And then why you saw this, you love doing hair, but what's the but in that? So what were your health results? And tell us just in under like a minute or so.
Sure. So my results were phenomenal. I was constipated for 43 years of my life, going to the bathroom twice a week. That was, I thought, and I thought that would be that was my normal, and that everyone had a different normal. Had no idea that that's totally abnormal, and you should really be pooping 2 to 4 times a day. I can now say, after adding these plant powders, that's exactly what happened. I now poop regularly 2 to 4 times a day, and we don't talk about poop as much as we should, because let's face it, it's an everyday occurrence. Everyone does it. Not only that, though, my allergies, I was allergic to everything. I had a lot of food intolerances that disappeared. I had a lot of seasonal allergies, trees, grasses, and they have all gone. I haven't taken an allergy pill in I don't know how long. But the hair, like I've been doing hair for over 33 years. I love what I do. But When I don't, and I work for myself, I have a small business. So when I don't work, I don't get paid. And just recently, I had to go to England. My father's been very sick, and he's a very sick man, and he was in the hospital for 9 weeks. I was able, because of this, to actually go back to England for sick and be with my mom and support her and my family for 6 weeks. And it had a minor stressful amount there with the finances, but because I had that extra income coming in, like, I am just so grateful for that, because I just think if I didn't have that, my income would have been zero for 6 weeks. So very grateful.
And what I also love is, Heidi, I know how you love, she does my hair, by the way, and it needs a cut. So let me see, don't really judge it. But I also know that, you love doing hair, but you didn't want to do it 5 days a week, and you got it down to 3 days a week with your side of Juice Plus. So Candace, Dr. Candace Corson, you're on. I can't help but just introduce you. Are you available for just a moment? As a doctor, all of a sudden now you've joined this mission of helping people be healthier with plant powders and omegas and whatever, and you're sort of become another kind of entrepreneur. Can you just tell us why? Like, you're already a doctor, why do this?
Well, hi, Nikki. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Really, it was 20 years ago I made that decision, because after I saw more about the research on Juice Plus, what it is, what it does for people at all ages, from pregnancy through old age, what I saw about the integrity, the longevity, and the authenticity of this company, and that it was mission driven, I saw that I could actually help more people than I could by myself in an office, a medical practice office, with my only tool was a prescription pad. And I'm not putting that down. There's a time and place for that. But I had started studying nutrition on my own, because we don't get it in medical school. And that was my heart, was to help patients take their health back. And then I found over time, and becoming engaged with what's happening here with the Juice Plus company, that it was a place that I had a much more ability to help more people. And that's really been true for me. And the last 20 years have been so effective. I've watched people get well from things that we were taught you cannot get well from in medical school. And that's not being mean on their part, it's lack of knowledge. So in this community, we get to learn together and support each other. And I love that hashtag, Take Healthy Back.
Yeah. And I just have to say, I didn't give Dr. Corson a great introduction from Yale. Internal medicine, right, Dr. Corson?
Family medicine,
Family medicine.
Then integrative medicine.
I know her first, honestly, as a friend. And she's just such a beautiful person and so amazingly helpful. And she's an amazing doctor. Sometimes I even ask her questions I probably shouldn't and take advantage of our friendship, but I always
don't tell anybody.
I totally trust her. And then finally, I just want to say out loud that Dr. Corson has built a huge business with Juice Plus. So that means not only has she affected people's health, but she's made a tremendous impact on thousands of people to help them with their finances. So I just really want to acknowledge that part of you as well, Dr. Corson.
Thank you, Nikki. And you know what? I just want to say, so everybody will know, I did not build this business with my patient base. Not at all. I didn't use my patient base at all, because I was actually transitioning when our holistic center needed to close. It was part of a nonprofit, wonderful hospital. And when they slashed the budget out, I was just grateful. I'd had those 4 years with them as their medical consultant. And I knew I didn't want to go back into allopathic office-based practice, just for me, that I wanted to do something that was more satisfying in my heart, in my soul. And so I did this as anyone else would. Anyone can do that. Pure passion, caring about people, caring more about what they deserve to know than what will they think about me. And that's how it happened.
Yeah, and I love that. I think it's really important to know that Dr. Corson built it outside of her practice. Somebody say, well, yeah, it's real easy when you're seeing 50 patients a day or whatever, that you could build this up. No, it's just like all of us. She's a mom, she's a wife, and she's an entrepreneur, and she's got big heart. So I want to thank all of you for being part of this call this morning. I think it's really important that we get this message out. And if you want more information after you've watched this video, get back with the person that sent this to you, because they sent this to you with big heart in mind, and that they love and they care for you, and they would love to be in service. So with that said, thank you all again for joining our Take Healthy Back call, and have a great morning. And have a great weekend.